everybody, it's me, Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with another game review. Before I get started, please hit that bell icon to stay updated whenever I release any new videos. Please give me a like, a thumbs up if you like this video, and leave lots of comments below. But here it is, my review of Little Nightmares 3. It was developed by Supermassive Games and published by Bandai Namco and released on October 10th of 2025 on every single gaming system known to man. I'm not kidding. PS4, PS5, Xbox A through Z, Nintendo Switch 1 through 4, 3, 4, 5, 7. It's on every gaming system. So if you love these games, you'll be able to find this one. Now this time it is a little bit different. It is still a 2D platform puzzle horror game where you play as two new child protagonists known as Lo and Alone. Lo has a bow and arrow that they can use, and Alone has a wrench that they can use, which you also use alongside all the other abilities from the other games in the series. You got your jump, you got your run, your slide, your climb, your stealth, your ability to pick up objects. And if you played the other two in the series, you'll know exactly what you're getting into this one. So other than the mechanics of the one character that uses a bow and arrow and the other character that uses the wrench, the only other thing I noticed is you get an umbrella, which allows you to glide down from high distances only in certain times, though, I might add, and also at certain times when there's air they can use to pick you up and get you to different locations, which, you know, was neat at first, and I realized, hey, this is limited to only certain times when they want you to use it. So that right there, I'm like, okay, it kind of bothered me a little bit. I don't know if this is actually going to turn into a rant or not, because there's some things I have to say about this game that is really interesting. Now, first of all, if you played the original ones in the series, you know that they were made by a company called Tarsier Studios. Well, this time, Supermassive takes over the reins of development. You know, Supermassive, the people that made the Dark Pictures anthology, The Devil and Me, The Quarry, and Until Dawn. Yeah, you know, those interactive movie games where the people can die. Isn't it kind of odd? Like, why are they making this? This makes no sense. Why is Tarsier not on board to make this one? And I'm going to tell you why. You see, Tarsier wanted to go on and make something different. But turns out when they had a big merger, Bandai Namco owns the rights to Little Nightmares now. So they decided, guess what? We don't need you. We're going to have Supermassive actually make the next Little Nightmares for us. Now, you're like, well, why would you pick a company that is known for making movie games that kill people off to make a game like this, which is a weird side-scrolling, I wouldn't say co-op, but it does have that. Well, the reason why is the company of Supermassive actually worked on the PS5 and Xbox Series ports of number 1 and number 2. So they actually have had a little bit of experience with the first two games in the series. So at least they kind of knew what they were getting into. Now, I will say one other thing. I want to give compliments and praise to certain things about this game. First of all, the visual fidelity. This is a beautiful looking game. It's got this, you know, really good Tim Burton-esque art style, almost claymation sort of monster feel to it, which I always loved about the series. And this one still does have that. And they also have a ton of different gameplay options that allow you to make the game a lot easier for you if you have like a disability. I'm always a huge fan when games allow you to do that. I myself was playing it in a high contrast mode because I'm still got my eye healing up, so I needed a little help to see certain things that stood out that helped me play the game. So that's why through all the video here, you'll see that I have that turned on. Now, as for the game itself, it's basically more or less more of the same, but the only really new feature to this is it does have online co-op, which is actually a pretty cool addition. But I will point out, Tarsier is currently making a game, I think called Carnival or something, which is basically another form of Little Nightmares that is a two-player co-op game. So it's kind of odd. I'm not sure if Bandai Namco found out and they decided we want to beat you to the punch on it or not, but it just seems kind of odd that both these two games are pretty much about the same. Hell, they even have like a carnival level in Little Nightmares 3, so I'm not really sure what's going on with that. Now, one thing I will point out is compared to the first two games, I'm going to say this, even with the settings set to actual performance mode, the game seems to play a lot slower and a little bit more clunky than the original two games that I played. And I have had a couple issues with some AI issues with the other enemies acting glitched out, and also my other little buddy who's supposed to help me. Sometimes he just wouldn't complete the puzzle. Now, yes, I understand that this is meant for two-player online co-op, but you can still play it offline with an AI bot that's supposed to help you. But I have noticed sometimes AI gets a little wonky and it just stands there, and I did have to like reset a couple chapters to get it to like work for some reason. So it didn't happen every time, but it was something that made it kind of annoying. Now, the other thing I will say is they don't stray far from the original two games, which if you love the first two, this is more of the same. But for me personally, I kind of wish they would have done a little bit more, because it still has the same annoying enemy puzzles that require to figure out patterns of the enemies. Now, like I said, you'll go into a certain area and you might see your little buddy like actually like start sneaking. It'll let you know, oh cool, I need to sneak here. But it's pretty much rinse and repeat of just figuring out. You go in here, oh, there's this the enemy with 6 arms, and oh, am I supposed to sneak past him? And you realize after you die 15 times, no, you're just supposed to wait 5 minutes for a push bunch of buttons, and it leaves and the door opens up and you can move on. Now, those are things I absolutely hated about the first two games, and I dislike it in this one even more, especially the boss battles. And once again, it comes down to you memorizing exactly what the boss is going to do and know how to defeat them. Yes, I know that's part of the puzzle aspect, but I just kind of hope, this being from a new development company, and this is the third one in the series, they might have freshened it up a bit and made a little bit better aspects to it. But it's not. It's pretty much identical to the first two games in just about every way in terms of gameplay. Now, I will say once again, it does have some beautiful graphics. I do like the fact that if you own the game, naturally you have to, for PlayStation, you have to have the PlayStation Plus to play it online. But if you own the game, your friend can download a free Friends Pass. Similar to the game like Split Fiction, both people don't have to own a copy of the game, just one person does, and the other person can download a free-to-play version of it that you can play with your friend. So that I've always been a huge fan of. I think that's fantastic. Now, for overall size of the game, it's not that large. It really isn't. I personally feel like this one is smaller than the first two games. It does have a DLC, but it just adds 2 chapters to the game, and while it's nice, you don't even need the 2 chapters to really get through it, because let's be honest, these games have never really been about really telling too much of a plot. It's always been some sort of sick psychedelic thing of children trying to survive these monstrosity parents that are trying to kill them and stuff. And the game length, like I said, is not that long. You're looking about maybe 5 to 7 hours long max, and there are 5 different bosses you have to deal with. And now, honestly, once you figure out exactly where to go and what to do, and you have a buddy with you that knows what he's doing, you could probably get through this game in about 3 or 4 hours fairly easily. I mean, there's really not much bang for a buck on this, really, because they want $40 for this, right? $40 for this game that's only a 5 to 7 hour long game, and an additional $15 for the DLC. Now, once again, I can sit here and say, if the price is right and you get a game that, even though it is short, it has some sort of value that you think you can go back and play it again, I might recommend it. But this one, I have to say, honestly, it's still good. It's still decent. But honestly, it still has that same artistic flair and charm, but there's just absolutely nothing new brought to the table to this, other than the fact of the 2-player online co-op, which is the same damn thing Tarsier is doing with their next game they're coming out with. So can I sit here and actually recommend this? No, I can't. I know this came out back in October, like the first week or so of October. It's been a while for me to get to play this, but I wanted to play through and beat it and really see everything I had to see before I came out with this review. And I know it's a little late, but better late than never in this case. At this point, maybe there's a price drop on the game. I don't know, but $40 for what you get, I just don't think it's worth it. And I just kind of feel bad for Tarsier for the fact that they did not want to make another one of these games, and then what did they do? They went and made another one of these games and made an online co-op, which is the same thing Bandai Namco did. So like I said, I don't know if they had a falling out or if it was just a merger that happened. It's good to see that Tarsier didn't get like absorbed. You know, at least they're still out there making games, so I do appreciate that. But in the end, I can say Supermassive did do a decent job with this, but it does have its flaws. It plays a little slower, a little clunkier. The visual fidelity is off the charts awesome. The animation's great. The enemy designs are always disturbing, especially the big giant baby doll that you fight. But I just really can't sit here and say that for the price of $40 and only having a game length of 5 to 7 hours long, that I really think it is worth the price. And once again, it's like I've already had this flavored pizza before. You got to do something new with the pizza, guys. Just because I got a pepperoni pizza from here and then I go to a different pizza shop and I get the same damn pepperoni pizza that's just slightly different? No, I want something new. Every time you come out with a sequel to a game, even if it's a company that didn't originally make the damn game, they need to actually make a point to actually make a sequel better than the last. Hell, Ghost of Yotai is way better than Ghost of Tsushima. There's so many other games out there. The sequels are better, or at least add something new to the mix. And this one, I would have to say, it's almost like me getting into a rant here. It's close to it, but it's not quite. Because I will say, Little Nightmares 3 is decent, but I miss the fact that it just seems like it doesn't have anything new to it. It just doesn't have anything really special. It really doesn't. The only thing, like I said, is the fact that it's got 2-player co-op, but I hate to say it, there's too many games nowadays that'll have that, and this one just doesn't bring enough meat to the bone. It really doesn't. I cannot recommend it for $40, and I certainly can't recommend the $15 price tag for the DLC for just 2 new chapters, which are pretty damn short. And only character costume cosmetics? Come on, man. But in the end, that's my personal opinion of Little Nightmares 3. Have you had a chance to play this? Did you already play it and beat it? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Is there anything I forgot to point out? What was your favorite part of it? What was your favorite enemy? What are the aspects of this game that you disliked the most? And did you even know that Supermassive actually made this and it wasn't Tarsier? Please leave in the comments below, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and of course here at Double Dog Gaming, we always end our videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember people, the devil is in the details. Peace out until next time.